So the season could come down to these two rounds here. We've got Penobscot Bay Club on the docket this week, round 2 of the TGC Tours playoffs. Now, we are coming off 2 back-to-back solo 5th place finishes, which first one was our best ever finish of the entire game cycle, and we followed it up with the exact same and a 19 under round 4 last week. But that doesn't matter. Now we're here. We have to make the cut. Top 30 and ties make it through. Round 1, we've got white tees, high winds out of the north. Fairways and greens are both very firm, and the greens are fast. So it's going to be tough out there. We're going to have to find some scores. Hopefully the putter stays hot, and hopefully the irons stay hot as well. So let's get after it. Got a cut to track down. 401 yards for the first here. Pin tucked in the back. It looks like we should be able to just kind of start this out over the bunker, let it drift back, and get some sort of pitch shot coming in here. And if we can find a nice pitch tempo, get it back there, find a birdie, that would be a glorious way to start our round off. It actually gets down far enough that we've got a lob wedge pitch. Up the hill just a little bit, poor lie, wind in. Feels like with the very firm, you want to give it just a little bit of loft and then give it a good amount of check here. Okay, wind came into play. A bit more than I was bargaining for. And now we have what are the deadliest of putts, the ones that look fairly straight. 19 foot, uphill 2 inches, nothing too crazy, but it's got just enough break in it the entire way to really be I brought it just back enough. Okay, big save off of the misjudgment on the pitch shot. This is Justin, yeah. This is the tourney round. We have begun. Alright, so we've got something in the ballpark of like 16 miles an hour of wind. On very firms. Landing somewhere past here, like that's gonna hit and definitely roll. But I don't know that we can necessarily do much about it. See, that ended up going, like, straight into the wind. It's gonna kick left, but not enough. We kind of landed it too short there. It ran up more than left. Okay, so down the hill, out of the light rough. We're putting shape on it, but it is gonna roll, so I have to play this kind of short. I just moved it too much at the end. I had the read and I did that thing where I make that last second adjustment. All right, 9-footer, 2 inches up the hill. We've got a little bit of break happening in the middle of this guy. And then it continues towards the end. There's that little snap up and in. All right, we'll take par. We'll take par. That's a tough par 3 in general. I think if you birdie that hole, I feel like you're probably stealing one. At least in my eyes, you are. This is a tough drive. This is a very tough drive. Because the concern is bouncing down and into the rough. Oh no. Hit it just baby slow. I don't know that this kick's hard enough left to miss the bunker. Bunker would have been ideal over the light rough, I think. Just would have gotten a little bit more on it. So we're going to have to lay this back. Very, very tough drive, though. Like, just generally speaking. That one a little bit fast. Are we going to kick all the way out to the light rough off of very firms, potentially? Yeah. Okay. Definitely not the greatest. I don't think I want to go pitching wedge flop here. 2 new burns today? Your instructor was proud. You're racking up so many, but I would assume that everyone is, right? 65, 62. I mean, I'm going to give this some backspin on it, but I think we're going to... Oh, I hit it fast. Now I need it to bite. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. All right, little left to right breaker. Let's still come away with the birdie here. All right. That's what we need it to be. That's what we need it to be. A couple of tough holes out the gate here, in my opinion. Bad last week, told you because you're too far from your weld so you can't see the puddle, which was true. But I guess then the closer you are, the more you run the risk of burning. Alright, come on, wind. So far, the wind has not been moving my ball quite as much as I'm thinking. Hey, thank you for the luck, Rackham. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this sand wedge is gonna go a few yards long. Pin high. A little fast. The 98% is what scares me. I underhit it. Oh, man. I was so worried about the tempo. I just underhit it. Alright, I mean, that was the pace we wanted. Definitely did not push out to the right there as much. Alright. Let's get things on track here. It's a good tempo. It's very firm, but I think it should get down enough to stay out of that bunker. That's what we like to see. Alright. So we've got about 15-mile-an-hour headwind here. High winds. 31. 53 or 43. Take a couple of yards off of it. Baby fast. That's not going to be good, is it? Come on, get down, get down, get down. We're just a hair off on everything right now. We are just a hair off on everything right now. Oh, that's interesting. That's a new, That's a new way to get around words. Well, okay. I mean, it only takes them doing it once for it to make it to the auto block list, so thanks for the info, bot. They always find a way, right? You know, maybe if we just ban the word on, you know. Okay, so the tough part with this is it's such a short shot, it's gonna come out a little bit to the right. There we go. That's, always scary to me. Permanent emote only mode? Yeah. The good way to avoid link... I mean, fortunately, we have link protection, but it's also kind of nice to just entirely prevent those links from making their way into chat. But, you know, we just have to adapt. Every time that they bring out something new, we'll make our adjustments, and that'll be that. Alright, little 7-iron in here. I hit it so slow. Gosh darn it, I'm like just off on tempo here today. Or just off on reads, like there's just enough that's not going right. Okay, apparently this is a splash shot. So let's see, if we want to land it like here. Short. Got the low roll. Okay. Tough goes out the gate here. Tough goes out the gate. 3 under through 6. Let's right this ship a little bit if we can. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna go crazy on this. Okay, now whatever I'm doing, I am adjusting slow side, so I have to still commit a little bit more. Yeah, we're just missing... We're missing fairways and stuff left and right, which is the complete antithesis of my game. my whole game plan is to be fairway green, churn my way through. Now we're basically playing this short. This is gonna bounce too far. It's gonna roll so much now. I was trying to play the skipper up there, but with the very firm, it just took a few too many skips. Okay. Long putt. So you've got this putt, flags over there. Putt's breaking right to left. All right, just roll it a little bit long. You got the gammas too? Man, you're pulling all the good anniversary units. GG's, man. Given how many stones you've probably gone through to get to this point, you've probably had better anniversary luck than I had. What's going on, Pat? Did you have a... Is this how you started? This has been not going my way. I've been just off. You know, not so much like a game thing by any stretch. I've just been off. Whether it be reads or stuff like that, where I'm just a little bit off of my tempo. I don't know what it is, but the game's just not quite clicking today. I was hitting some decent tempos earlier, but it was like either really great tempos or like tempos like that. It was like the mishits were just that much easier to obtain today. Kind of at least it does in mid-fast. Yeah, and like I've had a couple of 98%. I've had a couple, I've had a good handful that are off the perfect and, you know, getting me off the fairway. And then when I'm off the fairway, I have way less control coming into greens. And then I'm, you know, you miss putts like that. And yeah, it's tough. Like, we found it the past couple of weeks. Obviously, we've still got time to regain it, right? But yeah, definitely talking limited time. Yeah, there's the 98% again. That's typically my telltale sign of, like, tempo being, or, like, my swing being off is when I start under-hitting regularly. That's when I know that things are a little bit funky. All right, so 4 under going out. It's not the end of the world, depending on what we do on the back nine, right? Like, No reason to panic yet. 6 iron. I think we could just hit a stock 6. Okay. Okay. Fast had me scared, but that works. Alright, now par 5. Let's do something with it. Should kick left from up here, even with that baby fast. Final round last week. Yeah, that round was kind of nuts. When am I joining the pro golfing Switch sports scene, senor? Is there such a thing that I'm unaware of? Is that our calling? Is that where we need to be? Is that game less dead than this game? Alright, there's like the first perfect tempo in a while, and it doesn't really matter because this ball's not stopping. Like, that's about as close as we're gonna get it. Mario Golf League when? Remember when we used to speedrun Mario Golf, guys? Remember when that game was... people were interested in that game for, like, a couple weeks? A couple days? Hours? Alright, left to right breaker. It's going down. We're drifting left to right. Sometimes you just need a little bit of something to go your way on the turn. So if you bomb this down here... see that? It's so mean because that kicks down. But if you're here... 97%, but I think we have enough draw on it. This will get past the rough. It's like if you lay it up, it wants to kick down and off the fairway, so you have to hit it in a way that that's just not going to happen. Oh man, okay, 107, and then this is where it gets interesting, because you have probably 8 or 9 miles an hour of wind in your face, which would put you short. But then you're also kind of trusting that the uphill is going to take out of it. So I'm just going to put some top spin on it. Oh boy. All right. Well, we were almost there, but this is definitely puttable, right? We're on the fringe. It's the left to right at my feet that is probably the most concerning part about this putt. Because then it kind of straightens out. Right to left at the hole. Big putt. Big putt. But yeah, we've had a couple there. Like, I hit the drive like 98%. That approach shot was 99. Like, the difference between 99 and 100 101 is actually putting from the green as opposed to getting that rollback off. 408 yards. I honestly think, looking at that, if you get it down there... Getting it down there leaves you with an angle. Now, this could very well end up in the light rough on the other side. You know, and you're playing angle with a little bit less control, but now we've got angle with control. Now you can, like, land it here and roll your flop shot up. Okay. Actually, there's an interesting question here. Hey, Linkster, thank you for the luck, man. I actually think because of the way that that is sloped in front, I actually think I want to play it like this. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, what a time to hit a good enough tempo there. Baby right to left, baby right to left the whole way. A little bit harder right to left at the end. Okay. The corner has been kind to us. Or the corner, the turn, whatever. Things are going better than they were. Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. About 10 in 159. We're going to have to just go up a club. Let's just leave it at that. 171. $157. Yeah, this stock 9-iron. This is going to be a-okay. Woe be Raiden. What's going on, Woe and company? We are just playing some plat right now. Had a slow start, 4 under going out. But we are 5 under through the last few holes here. Trying to venture our way into next week. How we doing, Woe? How was the stream? How was the golfing? Okay, 171. It's diagonal. This is the part that kind of screws me up here. 10-mile-an-hour headwind on a diagonal. We'll call it like 12. 159. Let the wind knock it. All right, there's the strike. Ball's coming back left a little bit. Playing it. There we go. There we go. It's okay, just got burned out. I feel you, man. Like that, it can burn you pretty quick and sometimes even out of nowhere. All right, this starts right, moves left, but well, that's not a good swing. But we might get away with it because this is uphill. My concern was starting it too far out to the right there because it's like into you on the crosswind, so it's not going to go as far. Now here, we have to make sure we give it enough legs or else we're going to die on this false front. Love streaming, just can't stream long anymore right now, at least. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a it's definitely a balance, because if you enjoy streaming, like, that's why I've streamed for as long as I have, right? Like, I've streamed for... How long have I been doing this now? Over 8 years? But, like, I've burned through games before. You know, a lot of the newer people don't know. My main game years ago, I played up until, like, 2019 or so. Like, Dark Souls games were my main game. You know, sometimes you just burn on stuff, and you gotta find different things to spark the flame to keep a stream going. You know, because if you're not enjoying the game, like, that will just affect the overall. 258, 250. Talking like 14, 15 here on a diagonal. Definitely long. But we just want to get it there. I think that's the big thing. That's a little too fast. It'll be on the green, but it might actually not. Yeah, that swing has just been a little bit too common. But looking at the way that rolled, even if we landed on the green, maybe this backstop would have kept us from going crazy, crazy long. Alright, very firm. I still have to give this quite some check, because I just don't want to end up in a situation where we're rolling out the back of the green, because that would be kind of crap. Almost got it. Almost got it. We'll take the bird, though. So very new to it, never had pulled viewers or made a name for yourself in any game, so you enjoy it, but just getting burned out at this point. I think there's, for the most part, a general burnout in the golf community every time that we get to this point in the game cycle, too. You know, everybody's just kind of waiting for that next thing. Yeah, and maybe it's different. If there was different content, you know, it's like when people ask, I know you obviously early on went through, you know, ranked was your main thing. I think if we had master swing ranked to transition, you know, it gives you that little bit extra. But when you're just at the point of, okay, play societies, got my TGC rounds, okay, now what? Yeah. You know, for me, I play slower, so I get a little bit more out of the game than most. But, yeah, for a lot of people, I think I'm on definitely the slow end. Part of it's because I talk too much, part of it's because I take a long time to figure things out, but... Alright, 8-iron into it, cut back... But, you know, obviously the goal is I spend all that time to craft shots like this, right? That's the ultimate goal. To put myself to, like, these 6-footers over and over again. Doing that for ranked, that 2 guys gonna have to implement some sort of anti-cheat system. Yeah, like, I think there's definitely things that they need to do, you know, for if they want to make it so that people actually want to care about their rank system, right? But I honestly wouldn't care. You know, obviously we love our TGC settings, right? But I think the way to do it would just be to have, like, ranked playlists that are just the default. Like, default pro, default master. You know, we can turn the swing stick off, but, like, the big thing being that there is no more... Oh, they have all the assists. You know, they can see when they loft, like, how much it, you know, exactly changes and all of those, like, take the win, like, all of those things to make it more not just input-based. Like, obviously, Master Swing is input-based difficulty, but you add the mental difficulty. That's why I know people get... I hear so much hate for, like, Top of the Rock and stuff, but I personally am an enjoyer of Top of the Rock because there's so much elevation change, and you throw in some wind, and all of a sudden you watch people just have absolutely no idea how to pick a club. You know, same thing with, is it Tony Finau's custom course? Like, you have a few of those courses that all of a sudden there's some difficulty in it because it's not just a flat course. I don't think I want to do this and run it up. I think I want to take the lob wedge and just figure out what we need. Because we're already a few yards long. Need to take a few off of it. A little bit fast. Yeah. A little bit fast gives us that extra bounce. Well, not the extra bounce, but gives us a little extra distance, and then the bounce is that big, so. Alright, pretty heavy left to right break, especially towards the end. Or at least that middle end portion. Trying to get a, like, visual in my head here. Because I think it's gonna have a little more snap. Alright, definitely not the first putt we've lipped today. Definitely not the first putt we've lipped today. And I think that's the thing. We finished 5th the past 2 weeks, and we just really weren't lipping. Like, things were just going in. So that's kind of been the big knock against us this week. You know, outside of the missed tempos and things, we've just had a few putts that we haven't gotten right, which that's just last week we read them a little bit better than this week. But if we're lipping putts, you kind of also have to look at it if you're right there. So, I can't be too disappointed in it. Okay, this is on a downhill lie. We're gonna give this a little bit of release. Oh wow, that's still, look how far right that played. Definitely the right idea. I mean, that's like perfect touch distance-wise. That came out yards further right than I would have expected it to. Lack of variety. They have so many good courses that are tough and get zero play time. I think the big thing, Woe, is there's some fear around the ranked playlist. I think due to, like, legal recourse. I think there's concerns from their department that, like, they couldn't just randomly pull user courses, because if they pull one that's actually a recreation of a course and then get sued, like, I think that's why. Like they don't just randomly pull it and it's always like curated, because I think there's a legal fear. Now I don't have like concrete evidence or anything to back it up, but I like from things that I've heard, it would make sense because courses get taken down, and just because something has been played a bunch doesn't mean that it's like approved, right? That's why when like Augusta courses get made and caught, they get taken down. So all it takes is for a course to be popular, put in a ranked playlist. All of a sudden, tons of eyes are on it. People are posting things like, look at how little they actually push the course creator. Because, like, I've always said that it's like two $40 games. It's a $40 golf game and a $40 designer. Like, the people that like sim builder games and stuff, I think would have a grand old time playing this game and just designing golf courses. Okay. I thought that was going to break a little bit less at the start. But you know what? I think 12 under is definitely solid. It's tight, though. Like, we are right on the cusp. Very big turn there to get ourselves, like, reasonably into contention. But we're T19 through 1, and that's just on this platform. We're looking for T30 through 2 to make it through to the next round. So we've got our work cut out for us for tomorrow. It's going to be sweaty. Those couple of lip outs and missed putts probably going to come back to be a concern. But, we look at it this way. We are 2 strokes off T7 and 3 strokes off T2. So anything is possible in round 2.